Hey guys, welcome to Pages with Sidra. Today we are going to start episode 608 of I Have 90 Billion Licking Gold Coins. If you haven't watched the previous chapters, make sure to check them out on my channel. Now, without any delay, let's dive into the chapter. Chapter 1040, A Bronze Player Dissing the King. It really is Brother Qian Yuan. He's actually Dr. Qian. I knew it. No matter where he goes, no matter the occasion, Brother Qian Yuan always shines. He's absolutely amazing. Lin Shutong stood there in a daze, stunned. But as her heart raced, her eyes only grew more starstruck. She remembered something Scorpion had once told her. As your experience grows and your world widens, the more brilliant people you'll meet. Maybe one day, you'll look back and realize the one you admired so much was only a fantasy. But now, faced with the real Qian Yuan, she knew those words didn't apply. Qian Yuan was different. Every time she saw him, he had transformed into someone even more dazzling, more unreachable, more breathtaking. Time didn't dilute her feelings. It deepened them. Brother Qian Yuan, you chased me for 3 years. You put up with so much. This time, let me be the one chasing you, 3 decades if I have to. Say whatever harsh words you want. Push me away all you like. I won't give up. All I want is to quietly protect you. As long as you're happy, that's enough for me. As she looked up at the stage, at the poised and brilliant figure giving his lecture, her heart had never felt more certain. On stage, Qian Yuan began his lecture on the Riemann hypothesis. The room was silent. He spoke for over 3 hours, yet no one budged, because every word captivated them. He explained that this seemingly simple problem, posed all the way back in 1859, explored the hidden pattern in the distribution of prime numbers. It sounded easy enough, something even a middle schooler might grasp. But behind it lay one of the greatest mysteries in mathematics. Just like atoms underpin all of physical reality, the Riemann hypothesis hinted at a grand pattern beneath the numbers that define our universe. And for over a century, no one had truly cracked it. But Qian Yuan didn't just explain the idea. He shattered every mental barrier in the room. His lecture was like a sword of wisdom, cleaving through outdated thinking and revealing an entirely new world of possibility. By the end, even the world-renowned Professor Kolarov couldn't hold back. Incredible. Absolutely brilliant. So this is how the Riemann hypothesis can be approached. I feel like I've touched a higher plane of mathematics. Another top expert chimed in. Not only is Dr. Qian a genius in math, his teaching is on another level. He took one of the hardest problems known to man and made it understandable. That's talent. That's genius. We have to get him to the US, whatever it costs. And the more questions they asked, the more amazed they became. Physics, chemistry, engineering, no matter what field they tried to trip him up with, Qian Yuan answered smoothly and accurately. He wasn't just a math genius. He was unstoppable. In the crowd, feelings began to stir. You think you can resist him? What do you even have to resist with? Plus 10 favorability, Qian Yuan Duodua. Current favorability, 90. Even Qian Yuan Duo, who'd always been proud and guarded, couldn't deny it. The man standing on that stage, he was glowing. Calm, confident, magnetic, powerful. Just too attractive. Her heart beat faster. Her face flushed. She dared not even look directly at him now. Why am I blushing like this? Ugh, I'm so embarrassed. Plus 1 favorability, Wei Xiling. Plus 1 favorability, Wei Xiling. Current favorability, 95. Ding. Favorability with target Wei Xiling has surpassed 95. Congratulations, host. You've officially turned the tables. Ding. Host has spent a cumulative total of 100 billion Huaxia yuan on this licking target. Reward, cashback of 10 billion yuan. Ding. Bonus awarded, plus 50 strengthening points. New skills unlocked. Mastery in sign language, lip reading, Guqin performance, ancient Egyptian script, yoga, and ping pong. Wei Xiling's gaze was completely lost in Qian Yuan now. She'd fallen for him. Completely, hopelessly. She knew what he was. She knew he was dangerous. A heartbreaker. And yet, she couldn't pull away. I've fallen in love with Qian Yuan. Profile, Qian Yuan. Age, 23. Height, 186 centimeters. Weight, 86 kilograms. Strength, 440. Constitution, 620. Intelligence, 520. Agility, 440. Note: average human stats equals 10. Remaining lifespan, 180 years. Fire immunity, 105. Grants beginner-level flame control. Reach 1000 to unlock intermediate control. Remaining enhancement points, 195. Skills. Click to view full list. Wait, I'm still at beginner fire control. It already feels insane. What happens at 1000? Do I just wave my hand and burn down a city? Qian Yuan glanced at his stats and paused. But there was something that still bugged him. He'd pushed his physical stats to monstrous levels, but his lifespan hadn't really increased. Do I really need 1000 points to evolve my cosmic cultivation technique? At this rate, it might take forever. The system bombarded him with notifications, and for a moment, he froze on stage. The crowd stared at him, holding their breath. Dr. Qian. Dr. Qian. A staff member called gently. Oh, right. He cleared his throat. That'll conclude today's lecture. It's getting late. Let's adjourn for now. As for the other two major problems, don't worry. I'll find time to walk everyone through those as well. And with that, he casually dropped the mic and left the stage. 10,000 scholars in the audience sat there, stunned, reluctant to move. Dr. Qian's talk was beyond enlightening. I wish he could explain every problem in the field. Just let me drown in the sea of knowledge. For 30 years I've wrestled with that question, and now it's finally clear. I could die today with no regrets. And he's only in his 20s. This lecture alone is enough to make him one of the most respected mathematicians in the world. Then someone whispered, "Hey, isn't that Wang Zifei over there? Didn't that guy just roast President Yan online last week, saying he couldn't even handle college calculus?" Huh. The guy he mocked is now being hailed as the greatest mathematical genius on Earth. What a joke. What a clown. Chapter 1041. Qian Yuan's character. A crowd of Yanda University senior girls were gossiping and pointing fingers. Wang Zifei wanted nothing more than to crawl into a hole and disappear. Right now, it felt like everyone who looked at him saw a complete idiot. This whole incident was bound to blow up online soon. And when it did, the entire country would know what a fool he was. How would his classmates look at him? What would his parents think? What about the alumni of Yanda? He'd probably be mocked for the rest of his life. A walking joke nailed to the pillar of shame. A bronze-rank player mocking a champion. That really stings. That so-called Professor Nyo? Please, he's trash. Even if you ignore his wealth and status, Qian Yuan's knowledge and character are on a whole other level. Professor Nyo? More like Clown Nyo. Qian Yuan had just stepped off the stage, and the entire lecture hall erupted into heated discussion. Especially the students from Yanda. One by one, they started speaking up for Qian Yuan. If someone like him wasn't qualified to be at Yanda, then who was? Were they joking? Saying all that crap without knowing the full story? Just then, Qin Wushuang walked onto the stage with a microphone. Dear experts and scholars from around the world, please follow me to the Imperial Hotel. Dr. Qian has arranged for everyone to stay there free of charge while waiting for the next round of academic discussions. He'll notify you all of the schedule. Of course, if you've already made other arrangements or prefer not to switch hotels, that's totally fine. It's your choice. Like a capable assistant, Qin Wushuang took over all the follow-up logistics. She also took full responsibility for the food and lodging of the guests. The Imperial Hotel was currently the most luxurious 7-star hotel in Yanjing. Top-tier food, accommodation, and service. Since Dr. Qian hadn't finished explaining the other two big math problems, none of these top scholars were planning to leave. And only Qian Yuan could decide when the next session would be held. So the first step was to keep them here. Then, start recruiting talent. Those who were just here for show, forget them. But the truly elite scientists? Not a single one should be allowed to slip away. Qin Wushuang was ready to sit down and chat with them, and casually mentioned Dr. Qian's ultimate dream. Yes, he was planning to build a spaceship and lead humanity into a new era of civilization. Meanwhile, Qian Yuan had just exited the auditorium, only to be stopped by a stunning woman. Dr. Qian, hello. My name is Yun Suna. It's such an honor to meet you. I'm a new international student at Yanda. Your lecture today was brilliant, but I still have 2 questions I was hoping you could help with, if that's all right. She wore glasses that gave her a scholarly air, and her flawless figure combined with that breathtaking face made her incredibly alluring. Any regular man would have been tempted. Qian Yuan glanced at her. Name? Yun Suna, real name, Lin Shutong. Favorability, 101. Identity, ultimate simp. Beauty score, 98. Damn, bad luck again, Qin Yuan muttered internally. So, Lin Shutong, what's your plan now? Do you really think I wouldn't recognize you just because you changed your face and name? Faking a Korean identity and even faking a kimchi accent while speaking Mandarin? You're seriously too good at pretending. Qin Yuan didn't expose her identity, just gave a cold wave of the hand. Sorry, I'm not a school instructor. I'm not obligated to answer your questions. The lecture is over. Please move aside. Then, Dr. Chen, may I at least add you on WeChat? Maybe if you're free next time, I can ask you those questions later? Lin Shutong didn't seem upset. She was used to this kind of cold treatment. But instead of giving up, she smiled politely. I'm sorry, I have no intention of adding you. Do I need to make it even clearer? Just then, Qian Yuan Duo walked over and happened to witness the whole scene. Qin Yuan brushing off the so-called top goddess of Korea without a second thought. Even Duo had to admit that Yun Suna's looks and charm weren't any less than her own. In fact, Suna had that mature, intellectual beauty that made her seem more seductive. She was the complete package. But Qin Yuan didn't flinch. There had been all kinds of rumors about him online. People said he was a womanizer, a lustful demon, a perv who even launched a beauty pageant show just to recruit his personal harem. If any of that was true, there was no way he'd be able to ignore a woman like this. And yet, here he was, stone cold. Turns out, Duo thought, those rumors might not be true after all. People love to talk, but to understand someone, you have to see for yourself. How could a man this brilliant, this powerful, be that shallow? If he was really the type to chase every pretty face, he wouldn't have treated her like that. Qin Yuan's cold behavior just proved it. He didn't care for looks alone. What he cared about was substance. That one moment gave Duo a huge jolt. Because most men, no matter how successful, still judged a woman by her beauty. But not Qin Yuan. And that said a lot about his values and emotional maturity. It was rare. Just like rich people fear being loved only for their money, beautiful women fear being loved only for their looks. Qin Yuan had, unintentionally, touched Duo's heart. Even though honestly, if it had been anyone else, Qin Yuan might not have acted this coldly. He just really wanted Lin Shutong to disappear, for good. That's it for today's chapter recap. If you enjoyed the breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest manga, manhwa, and manhwa recaps. Got thoughts on today's chapter? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on the story. See you in the next one. Until then, keep turning the pages.